Okay, welcome back. 2 Nerds and an Actor, part 2 of season 3, episode 19.
First of all, Hot Shots Part 2. The Hot Shots series. Spy Hard. Was that the name of it with Val Kilmer?
Nah,
No.
Spy Hard was with Leslie Nielsen.
All right, Spy Hard.
Love
What was the
Spy Hard.
what was the one with Val Kilmer?
The Saint?
The Saint?
No, man, he was in a spoof movie.
Val
MacGruber?
Kilmer?
I swear
Val Kilmer
to
was
God.
not in MacGruber.
Val Kilmer is MacGruber.
No,
he is in MacGruber.
He was in. Damn, I watched that movie so many times.
With
and
Val
I
Kilmer?
I swear, Val Kilmer was in a spoof Hot Shots type movie, and he killed it.
Based on
Killed
what?
it?
It was just like a spoof spy movie. It was
Oh, man.
hilarious.
Spy movie.
Let's ask the audience to figure this out.
Oh,
I
so
feel like
this,
I want.
we're above IMDb.
I want someone
You
else
know,
to tell me.
I
feel
we
like
mentioned Turk once. What else was he in? And we just look up and scroll. But this
Val Kilmer being in a parody. Okay,
he was in
all
a
right.
spoof parody movie, and it was great.
Kiss Bang. Like some.
No, I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Okay, I feel like he's actually gonna look it up.
I mean, if he's my friend,
if he cares about me,
dude, it's
Yo,
like
he's been in
80s. It's like the
he's
80s.
been in so
it's
many
a
movies.
throwback.
Though.
Yeah, it's a throwback. It's a throwback.
He's gonna have to go to like
Okay.
all filmography, click that, and
I'm
then
telling you, man, he was in a spoof movie.
This is very.
If Al's hearing this right now,
he
he's
knows what
yelling
it is. He's
He's yelling
totally
it
is
because me and him saw this movie so many times together.
It's hilarious. All right, well, while he's looking that
No, it's not Thunderheart.
No, it wasn't.
Thunder, that sounds like a spoof of
Please.
something.
Thunderheart.
Kill Me Again.
Kill me
Is
again.
that it?
A young detective becomes involved with a beautiful woman on the run from the mob and her psychopath boyfriend.
That sounds like a regular
It
movie.
might be a regular
That sounds
movie.
like a regular
It
ass
has to do
movie.
with like the war and
The Man Who Broke 1,000 Chains.
man.
He keeps reading these really deep movies that Val Kilmer's been in
Top
and be
Secret.
Like, this
It's
is
called
That's
Top
it.
Secret.
Top Secret.
Yes, that movie is
parody
great.
of World War II spy movies in which an American rock and roll singer
Yes.
becomes involved in a resistance plot
Ah,
to rescue a scientist imprisoned in East Germany.
Yes,
No,
that
I
shit
have
gotta go
never
on
heard
the
of
watch
that movie
list.
is great.
I've
I need to
never
see that
heard
shit.
of this.
I'm telling you, yo, let's watch it.
Thank you for
That
putting
is
me
hilarious.
I'll watch it with you. I haven't seen that shit in like 10, 15 years.
Well, now that we got that out of the way, anyone could do spoof movies.
Oh, y'all thought y'all was supposed to know everything that was coming at y'all? No.
Nope.
Okay. Sometimes you gotta get curveballs.
That's right. Sometimes your balls get curved.
Yeah. Is that a thing? I don't know.
on.
I don't have them.
Wow.
Anyway, do you know who has 4 of them?
I don't know.
Gemini Man. You get it?
Yo, you are in rare form.
All right. Red light table.
Because there's 2 of them.
All right.
You are in
Two
rare.
of them.
Look at you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I still haven't seen this movie.
And Jada
so.
got 3 of them in her purse.
Oh,
Anyway,
legit. Okay, so we're
Love
on a
you,
spoiler.
Will.
Again, I still haven't seen this movie, so I'm very excited about this part because I sometimes I love to hear stories from other people's mouths instead of me actually watching it,
instead of from where?
like the mouths of the actors.
Okay, I got you.
Oh man.
All right, we about to go in.
Yeah. I want to hear first about the story. Can we
Actually,
start
yes,
there?
yo,
What
no,
is
wait.
the story?
Yes.
Where does it go?
Ask
I
us
don't
questions. Just
understand.
ask us all the questions.
Yeah,
That's
ask
how
us-
we'll
ask
spoil
us
this.
That's why
questions.
since I didn't know it had a story, what
yay, it's your turn to
is
do
the
that.
point of the movie?
Oh my goodness. So the point of the movie is trauma.
What?
Is the legacy is trauma?
I was gonna ask if it had daddy issues, but maybe that'll be a next
Oh
question.
Yes,
my god.
yes. This-
Okay,
Existential.
start with the story, and then we'll go into the daddy
Yes.
issues.
All right. Will Smith is a top-notch assassin
Okay,
for the government.
for the government.
Yes.
Okay,
No, the government.
Yeah, the
the
government.
government.
And he's been doing this a long time. He's 51 years old. They make a point to
Oh
mention
my-
that he's 51
retire.
years old.
51.
Well, that's the thing. He's like, all right, this last job, and
One last
I'm
job.
gonna retire.
You're getting too old for this.
Right.
Okay.
But in his retiring, he meets up with old buddies from old ops.
Are they retired?
Yes,
Okay.
They're on their way
very
out,
much
yeah.
so.
Got
On a
it.
yacht with women that aren't their wives.
Oh,
And
this is interesting retirement.
And
it's a party.
That's right. And one of those old friends, I think, is it Jack?
Yes.
Jack tells Will Smith, and no, I don't remember his character's name.
Henry.
Is it Henry? That's right. That's right. It is Henry.
Will Smith's character's name is Henry?
Yes.
Okay.
And
John
you hear,
Little
Henry.
bland.
And you hear "Oh Henry" a lot of times.
Oh my goodness.
Like people exclaim that for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, Henry.
Yes,
What?
Yes. Yeah. No, for real. It's like dropped in.
That would like take me right out of it.
I thought of
I'm like, his name is Will.
Henry.
Aisha, and I need this to be clear for all the listeners before you made the four-bald comment. I was thinking about you frequently throughout
Oh,
this
yeah?
film. I was.
Yes.
I really
he
was.
turning to me.
I was.
He's like,
Aisha would
Aisha
hate
would
this.
be having a field day right now.
Yes. So, I don't want to give the whole thing. Anyway, point is, he finds out that the last guy he killed, that somebody fucked with the file as to the profile of this man. He wasn't who Will Smith thought he was, Henry.
He killed an innocent man?
Not an innocent man,
innocent?
but not, he shouldn't have shot him in the neck like he did, okay?
Oh.
So,
Protect your neck.
He just
Once-
Steph Curry with a sniper rifle.
that's right, he was Steph Curry.
Oh,
So once
snap.
the government finds out that Henry knows that
It's
he-
been fudged or whatever.
once
Okay.
they find that out, they go, oh, hell no. And they start deleting everyone he's ever spoken to.
What? They're killing people?
Control.
Oh, delete. What? Aisha? No trash bin.
No trash bin at all.
Yeah,
No
no.
secure, empty. It's quiet.
Oh.
Server wipe. You know, like they.
Jeez, they're off the map.
Yeah, but you can't get Henry. So when they try to get Henry, my man got like a trap door by the bed.
Okay,
That shit was
got
smooth.
Yeah, smooth as fuck.
But is he the equalizer smooth?
he don't have to be in this
He
movie.
doesn't.
Okay.
Equalizer is pushed to the limit with no resources. This dude is resource.
Right, kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
Well,
got everything.
he could have been Equalizer if they gave him 10 more years.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, and time to make an alias.
This is the prequel to the Equalizer.
Yeah, he doesn't get to like go bag on this. Yeah, he doesn't get to do that.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm
Okay.
passing
cool.
right now.
I'm getting to that.
So he along his travels,
Mm-hmm.
he ran into an agent who was posing as just like I operate this boat dock and I give out keys for you to rent boats.
He likes to go boating.
What?
Yeah.
He finds
Okay.
peace on the
Clears
water.
his head.
Uh-huh.
But the irony, see, the adding depth to his character.
That's what his
is
friends
that
do too.
He
Yes.
goes, yes, they do.
Yeah.
He likes to go boating, but the trauma that France mentioned, Henry, when he was younger, his father
Drowned.
was one of those. No, his
Oh.
father was one of those. All right,
You gonna do it?
you gonna swim?
Do it. I know you
And
can't.
he threw
swim,
him out
but
on
you
a
just-
boat.
Indeed.
Yes. He drowned.
Hilarious.
You know they never explained who that woman was that jumped in after him.
Was it his mom? Where's
Yes,
his
it
mom?
was his
We don't
mom.
know that. They
It is his mother.
Are you sure that they implied
his
it's his
mom.
mother? Are you sure, France?
He was made from
It's
metachlorians. He doesn't have a
his
mom.
Mother.
France. No. I want you to, right now. Swear on this. Swear on that birthday cake slice I got there.
I swear on black women's ability to jump in the water after they sons, knowing they damn well can't swim the damn selves. Because she definitely jumped in and was like,
She was looking graceful. Fuck out of here.
Was she
Oh, great.
in the boat
Cool.
with
Who
them
was?
in the
His mom?
first
Yes.
place?
The woman.
oh,
Wait,
his
guys,
mom.
who was on this boat that you don't know who this woman
We
was?
don't know. This is not a boat situation. They on a dock.
Sorry,
he's
sorry,
teaching,
we-
he's teaching him how to swim. He
Oh.
throws him in.
Pushes him.
And he's
dad.
like, you got
Okay.
it. Pulls him
Somebody's
back
like,
up and goes, nah, bro,
His
listen.
dad looked like Black Dynamite.
straight up Michael Jai White in
He
prosthetics.
did.
Looks just like him.
Mustache.
What?
Yeah, it
Gonna
wasn't.
wake up the other
It wasn't
bitches.
Ben Vereen. They didn't get his dad from
Topeka, Kansas.
Fresh Prince. They didn't get him.
Nah.
Oh,
Why you don't want me?
Yeah, they didn't
he
do
was. He was.
We kept
truck-
wanting that moment.
We did.
and throughout this
It
movie.
never happened.
Doesn't
No.
happen. And there's a part we'll get to. Okay, 10 seconds. So he
The clock is wrong.
the woman that rents him the boat. He because he's Henry. He knows his game. He spots her as an op. She was watching him. Once they come for him, he's like, "Damn, they killing everybody I know. Let me go save this girl."
I just met her.
I just met her.
What?
Yeah, so he goes.
So no
helps-
history with her. He's just like, I don't want you to die.
Well, I mean, history enough history to kill her. Like that's what they want to
Right.
kill her. And he saves her, and they go on the mission together.
And then they love each other forever.
No.
Oh, okay.
See, that's your problem.
No romance in this.
That's the problem.
I mean, that's fine.
You trying to box them in.
Yeah, it's a
That's not
story.
what this
It's
is.
actually a
They won't
romantic
break
comedy.
And so I'm now past France. I got him up to where he meets back up with the fake boat lady op person.
Fake boat lady op.
All right, boom.
All right, cool. From there, the travels get
This is like a
exponentially
recap.
fast.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it gets
action packed.
It gets wild fast after that.
Okay.
Now
Yes.
they land hopping.
Yes.
Because he's like, okay, we got to bug out. They skirt out on a boat. Fastest boat they can find. They get to an island. In comes Benedict Wong.
Yup.
Hold
In
on,
the
hold on,
plane.
hold on. Just like that happens to me in movies, I don't remember what happened in the last scene. Why are they going somewhere?
Because everyone he has ever met, they trying to kill.
They're trying to kill. So he's trying to run away, or is he trying to save people?
Well, he has
runs away from the ones that were going to kill him.
Okay.
And he makes the realization after he calls.
He's like, we
he
gotta
calls,
figure
he
this
calls
out.
another homie that he just did a job with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, hey man, I don't know
Watch
what's
out.
going on. And then you can hear that he gets got
No.
On the phone.
Oh.
So he's like, okay, this is real. I got to go collect everybody. But he's on the
Okay.
way. He's just like, damn, I just met her, but fuck.
Come
So he
with me.
reluctantly
She
goes.
got boats, though. She does
Boats
have
and
boats.
hoes.
Boats.
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes. So he goes and grabs her, and they leave. And we get a great line actually where she's like, where he talks about fear, and she's like, well, "What are you afraid of?" As drowning, he's
Then
like, "Drowning."
Yeah.
Drowning.
He says,
And then she's like, ha ha.
He says
starts up the
deadpan.
boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like drowning. And then he's like, well,
You
which would have been
gotta
corny. When Mike
conquer
pointed
your
out, it would have been
fears.
corny if they didn't give us that little backstory about his dad being a jerk.
Yeah.
Right. So does this go into the daddy issues?
I was like, it's beginning to go into that.
Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
it does.
So they meet up with his connect Benedict Wong, and now they're crossing continents to get to Benedict
Is
Wong's safe
Benedict
house.
Wong like the gadgets guy?
No, he's another retiree who
he's the-
actually
okay.
retired.
He's the vehicle guy.
He went
Like,
off the grid. He's
got-
the vehicle dude.
He has planes,
Yeah,
cars.
boats.
Planes, trains, automobiles.
Yeah, he does.
But from there, that's when shit gets interesting because he's supposed to be in the safe house with Benedict Wong and the other op,
It's a traitor.
and that's
No,
when
no.
this is when they send Trey. This is when they send
They
Trey.
said the T.
Come on.
This is when they said
They said they don't send
was it the
Jaden.
T800? No.
I mean, no. This is the T8. This is the T800. They send the T800 after him,
like,
and it's Trey.
He runs with his arms straight.
Yeah.
Which name does Trey use? His son Trey.
I'm not gonna co-sign.
Oh, the
this.
first son?
No.
Yeah, that's who they sent. They sent Trey. He looked like Trey. I was like-
Anyway,
Yo, they never talk about that son.
Will
This
Smith
is where he went.
sleeps with two eyes open.
Whoa.
So he sees it come. He's like, "Oh snap, we out." So they go to bug out again. That's when we get that really good.
They know each other
climactic
too much, right? In the
motorcycle
fighting.
scene. Yes, but they do it in a way that's very. They undercut it. They don't go deep into it for
Like-
a couple.
Right,
for
where
like
they
5
punch
whole
each other's
minutes.
fists
Like-
together. You know?
Right.
No,
No,
they go-
the audience, we could see. Oh shit, they look alike.
Okay.
But they can't because they want. Because
They're fighting.
They
shooting.
can't see. Right.
There's
Right.
really good slick ways of recognizing how good each one of them is.
Yeah.
A couple of grenade slaps.
Grenade
Or
slaps.
someone threw a grenade. He was
Damn,
like, "No,
he's like,
take it back."
no.
Shot that shit back off a wall.
But
Oh my gosh.
But then they get into a moment where they got to catch each other in the scope, and that's when the elder Will sees
Younger
Trey's face.
He sees his face.
stop
what
saying
he
this,
sees.
Trey.
Trey's
It's
face.
Junior.
That's when he sees his
Junior.
face. That's when he sees his face, and then
Don't call me
for
Junior.
for us, we like if you've seen it, you already know this is the premise. So you're kind of like, all right, hurry up. But then the action scene just goes up like 12 notches.
Yep.
Shit is real smooth. It's fantastic. And that's when he feels like T800 because this younger him is busting his ass.
I mean, he's younger. He's not 51.
How you get fucked up with a bike?
What?
Like he hit him with a bike several times.
Threw a bike at him?
No, like
No.
just the wheel and the grill.
Oh.
Like, he used it like a leg.
Yeah, he was sweep kicking him, and like
He's a BMX bike rider? What?
yeah,
He did
like younger
motocross.
Will
He's like,
was
"Listen,
using the bike.
I've gotten the gold
Like a
many
brass
years
knuckle.
in a row.
Legit. So, but all of that conflict then leads to this moment of them trying to figure out who each other are, and that's when we get the rest of the backstory because
And then they
clone
end up
goes
loving
back.
each other, and it's like a big brothers, big sisters thing.
Well, that's when we get introduced to Clive Owen's character in his real form, which is
Who is Clive
Owen
Owen's
calls the younger Will Jr. That's his son
He's like the head of like a tread.
But how is that his son?
because he made
He
him.
made it. Okay.
And he raised him. But he
Why
raised him
did
with
he
the-
make him?
Because Will was the best at what he did, and what he did
So he like
wasn't
took a
very nice.
clump of his hair and was like, I want to make him again.
Sort of.
Well, more
That's
and
disgusting.
It's more like an understanding that at some point that guy's gonna get old. He's gonna. But I need.
We're never gonna have another one like him,
Actually-
or are we? Pluck.
Has Hollywood had another Will Smith? I mean, no, we haven't.
No.
These
That's-
facts.
Yeah.
That said, but that's when the real complexity starts to happen, and it's a conversation around how does one's trauma make them better.
Right.
in the se- in
Oh,
the
so
search-
like-
it's now becomes an ethical kind of thing around cloning and perfection, human
Like the
perfection.
older Will is still better because he's had real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he understands pain.
Yeah, and
Right.
and Clive Owen, skip because we gotta get to.
Yeah.
He thought if he could make Henry again without the trauma, like he literally
He would
comes
just
out.
be like a machine.
He literally comes out and says to the clone to the clone Henry, like, I gave you everything. I was there for you as a father. Like Henry's father didn't have a father. I was that for you. In other words, the one decade blemish of your life, whatever, I filled that gap. And that's not how humanity works. That's not how life works.
Right.
And that was like the underlying message of it. Is like Henry was stronger because he overcame his fears and trauma.
Right. He was
And-
still on that boat, even though he's afraid of
Right.
drowning.
Like you can make super soldiers that are, Sonic the Hedgehog fast and everything. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to the swap, hands,
right.
they're always going to be outmaneuvered by somebody that knows the cost of battle.
Right. Right.
And making soldiers like that, they don't understand what's at stake.
So
They just know the mission, and
why
that
then
wasn't
does
enough.
like the clone? Why does it cry? Like you've seen the trailer, he's crying and stuff. What's his deal?
Well, that's the conflict of at that point in the movie, the clone now understands his place. He understands
and he's like, "Who am I?"
he understands what he's having an identity crisis.
He was lied to.
Right.
And then he has to choose between fighting against his programming
Right.
and now what he understands as his trauma to overcome.
Right, because Clive Owen lied to him. See,
It's
Clive
like
Owen,
manufactured but real trauma.
right? Clive Owen's character, who just working for the military, wanted to get contracts and make perfect soldier.
Got
He
it.
thought that if he was a dad in his life, that'd be enough. But the thing is that the original lie was that he told the clone when he was younger that he was adopted and that his parents left him at a firehouse. And
So
that
randomly specific. What?
yeah, but for the kid, that stood with him. That
Right.
never went away, no matter how much Clive Owen was there for him as a
course.
dad.
He's like, "You're not really my dad."
Right. He was like, he says,
Abandonment.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so even though they get that close to it, and even though there's a whole car ride where they start talking about where Henry is from, which is Philly, on a
I
playground.
see, okay.
Yeah, we were begging for them to talk about, basically just spoken word.
In
the
West
belly.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, just spoken word that shit. The intro to Fresh Prince, but they didn't do it, and we wanted it. But
We expected it.
They didn't do it.
You gotta see the behind the scenes footage.
That's what I
Yo.
see. Yo, Aisha, you were there.
You should have been there,
You
bro.
were there in spirit.
I'm right here.
You were there in spirit. Yeah, the final action scene stuff isn't that great. The other two ones were better, I think. The
The
ones
other two
with
ones are better because they were less story driven.
yeah. The final one isn't that great, but does what it needs to do. And then let's just jump to the ending.
Yeah.
The ending, when the clone is in full daylight, is really the first time that the sound, the special effects, the
sorry.
chinks in
I
the
don't
armor
understand.
start to
Fail.
show. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
You can see everything.
Tell them what you said.
Yo,
exactly what you said.
First of all, I kept muttering this to France, but then at one point, Ray was like, "Yo, what's up with his lip?"
Yep.
Because Clone Will's lip had the ill Cavill Justice League effect on it.
Oh, see, you can never do mouths.
His upper lip kept receding as the scene was going on. It kept going up into his face, like it looked like a computer glitch. It looked like a glitch.
some Morrowind, fucking Skyrim.
Yes, it looked like a
shit.
Bethesda game glitch to the face.
Nobody noticed this in post.
Not in
There's nothing we can do.
I think the
Just
budget was done after
put
that
it
point.
out.
Yeah, it looked
Oh
bad.
my god.
And like distractingly bad. But it didn't matter at that point because
You like the movie,
everything was resolved.
Yeah, it was
Does he
done.
take him under his wing? He's like, "You're my son now."
Sort of.
Yes.
Goes to
Okay,
college,
that's weird.
leads the normal,
Oh,
How's
okay,
spoiled?
life.
this is going too far.
You talk about spoiling the shit out of it, then.
Yeah,
There's
this is
a- wait.
full
This is
spoiler.
spoiling.
Yeah, there was a third clone.
Oh my
Gotta
god.
skip that part.
You
know.
guys have
No, but there's a third clone, but that's when you really understand.
They fight and they kill it.
Yeah, but
Oh, don't worry. They
Yeah.
squash this gremlin.
and then they ate it, whatever.
This Audrey 2 gets.
that's when
weed it out.
it really lands the point around the cost of war.
They have
Right.
to band together to kill the third clone.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah,
He's nice and he's younger. That's the scarier thing.
and that's
He's
the
12?
one. That's
What
that.
the hell?
But that one looked like Jaden.
Yeah, it did.
Guys,
But that one.
I feel like this one you're making it up.
No.
And
All right, say
No,
less.
no, no.
We'll watch it.
Like Clive Owen made
At home.
a second clone. Sorry, he made a second clone, a third Henry, and that one was younger. But that one he modified genetically to
Oh my god! So it was a dinosaur.
Pain.
He deleted fear and pain. Yes.
Yeah, it was.
He was
yes.
like, I am BD Wong,
Yes.
and I'm just trying to make the best will I can make.
Yes.
So they tried to handle too many ethical quandaries at once, and I think that's
Okay.
what.
And it was too much for Clive Owen to handle.
Yeah.
Did he die? Or
He
is
got
that too
really
far?
British.
Wow.
Clive
And-
Owen did die.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Was he the
Casually.
fourth clone?
No.
No, but we thought the second Will clone was a
Was
Clive
actually a
clone.
younger Clive clone.
Oh my god!
We
He
Clive
spliced
clone.
Clive and Will together.
No, he didn't have the
Will.
balls for that.
And then you're like, what is this?
I thought he would do that, but no.
No,
it was
I
just
didn't.
a
What was
younger
his
Will.
character's name? Clive Owen's character's name?
Clive.
Was that Jack?
Dad.
Dad.
No,
Mr.
didn't have a
Gemini.
no, that was the name of the
He was
company.
the Gemini Man.
I forget. It wasn't important.
Okay.
um,
Noise.
Dolly.
Noise.
Dolly the sheep.
Oh no,
Oh
Dolly
my
did pre-production.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, that's the like overall take. Well, that was the entire run through of Gemini.
That was
That was
amazing.
it.
I would slow clap if I had another hand,
Yeah,
but
that was pretty much
Thank
what it was. And all of that was shot as dynamically and energetically as we tried to describe it to you.
I feel
Yeah.
invigorated.
But as you can see, the plot was kind of
No.
generic. Vanilla.
I guessed it at the end because I was joking, but it was true.
But they did a good job of like no romance.
Yeah,
No, it
that would have
wasn't that
made it
kind of
over
movie.
the top. I would have been like, all right, we're done.
Now,
here.
was there an awkward you need to strip down to your panties scene? Yeah, there was.
Why?
She was coochie down to the socks.
Yep. Was there an
What
awkward
was
scene
the
like that?
point
Yeah.
of this?
But it was all
She was being cloned.
no.
Oh.
I mean,
They're like,
No.
pee in this cup.
no. There was no urine. There was no urine in this
In the
movie.
entire film, nobody peed.
No urine.
That's weird.
Did anyone eat?
They're
Yes.
clones. They don't need
Yes.
to eat.
They
Right.
drank coffee and drank liquor and
Is that food?
This is Will Smith. Welcome to Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Clones in cars getting coffee.
wow. Clones in cars getting
He
cloned.
calls himself. Like, hey, Will, what are you doing? Nothing.
Calls
You-
himself.
You want to get some coffee, Will? Yeah, let's go do it, Will.
Yeah, why not? We
Let's
out.
do it.
So yeah, the whole movie was parents just don't understand, and
It
Oh,
was. He did say
that
that.
was the whole thing.
dope. Wow. We should do this more often. I really had a great time.
I mean, you can try to stop me. But
We'll just have a new segment. 2 Nerds recap. But it's like you guys have to see it and I don't. Because I'm actually a
God.
really good recapper. It would just be boring. Like she's just telling us the
wait,
story.
wait a minute. I'm
Yo.
an
No,
now that
actually
you guys weren't-
really
no.
good recap.
That's not
Backhanded.
in comparison to you. I'm just saying that I'm a good recapper.
Listen,
The
but in the
velvet
way,
glove over here.
no, you guys were great. It was amazing.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we recapped it like that on purpose.
No, it was phenomenal. I'm saying I do it in a way where you're like reading the script. It's not exciting.
But was it nearly
What,
cosmic?
stage direction.
I'm like, yeah, and then he goes over here, and then he's over there, and then, oh, you don't know, he comes around the corner, and then everyone's like, wow, and then they don't feel like they need to see it at all, because I've told them, like, every beat in motion of
he
what
was
happened.
wearing a brown sweater.
Yeah, I think I did that for my brother for, like, Attack on Titan. I was like, oh, my God, and then this happens, and that happens, and then he was like, I didn't need to see the first season, because you told me everything.
Well, Gemini Man.
All right, so let's go. Spoilae. Again, if you haven't seen the first episode of Watchmen,
We won't be
Oh,
recapping it like
shit.
this. Don't worry.
No, we're not going to recap it. We're going to just go into our feelings, our thoughts. And
Our feelings.
my lots of feelings.
So many feelings.
So don't listen if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
But
spoiler.
we're going in.
Spoiler.
Really, one day we're going to have that as a button. It's going to happen.
I just want a randomizer so we have different spoilers. Spoiler.
Ooh, what is that?
That might be a talk
The beef
soup.
roast. Yeah, so meaty. All right. That's the real word.
I'd
I
pay an
know.
erection for that dollar.
Breathe. That sounds like stripping.
Oh, God bless Paul Peter. What was that? Who did that movie?
Paul Pierce?
No, I was gonna say Peter Weller,
Oh, I was going to say the truth.
but I meant to say Paul Verhoeven.
Oh, come on.
who
You guys are
directed
saying,
RoboCop.
you're saying names to make me feel left out.
Paul Verhoeven.
Listen, we just included you OD.
OD.
Can we have some us time now?
Jeez, you know what? I'll step out.
No. Come on, Watchmen.
Okay, Watchmen.
France. Don't sing that.
All right. The most spoilers ever, because I just want to talk about every moment that, like, well, I guess we can talk about every moment. But, like, the things that threw me for a loop, the ideas that I think might happen next, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, so like nerd-spiracies?
Yeah, kind of like nerd-spiracies. One, like, I was completely caught off guard with the whole Tulsa bombing thing.
Which is where it starts.
It literally, and, like, that little boy is so freaking cute.
The race riots of 1921.
Oh, my God. And then was so clever with the Bass Reeves, and then the kid is so inspired by it. He's like, what does he say? There's no
mob justice
today.
But
he's like, justice.
Exactly,
and you're like, happening. And then you hear the bomb, and I was like, what is going on? And then as soon as they step outside, it was like, I wanted a trigger warning. Like, if you're black and you have any type of ancestral memory.
This is the thing
Be
about
careful.
Watchmen, though. Like, the alternative title for Watchmen could damn well be Trigger Warning.
Yeah. Okay,
but
legit.
There's already a Neil Gaiman collection of short stories called Trigger Warning.
Is it really?
And in Killer Mike Netflix series with the same name.
Well, there you go.
Good ass series. Yeah, so that was the first. I was like, oh, and at that moment, I feel like that's when you're like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is okay. We're going somewhere I never thought we were going.
Heavy.
Yeah, and like that was so sad. There was like babies, dying, and like people getting. It was like,
it's fucking terrible. It's one of the worst things that ever happened in American history.
Right, and the sad thing is like they shot it really well.
It was extremely well shot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The way that they went through and
planes overhead.
Yes.
Yeah.
The people like they had like one like KKK person put on a coat and was like walk, and I was like, oh my
God. Yeah, because they were looting as well as murdering people. But yeah, it was shot extremely well, very powerful, moving, and it's supposed to be jarring.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then so they put the kid in the. So this is what I know. I'm gonna like kind of jump and back and forth a little bit because I feel like the kid gets into the box, right? Yep. And that was scary too. Like the bullets are coming through. You're like, oh my God.
Dad puts a little note.
The note in his little pocket.
Says, please take care of this kid.
Yeah,
this
or
child.
watch over this.
Watch over
this boy.
Something like that. And then like, the thing crashes, right? But he survives.
Yes.
Right? And
we don't really know the circumstances of what happened.
Yeah, we just see him laid out in a field away from the whole situation. Everyone else is dead. The woman who was in the wagon and the man, all that, except for this baby, right? He goes over and picks up this baby.
The little boy, yeah.
And he's like, the little boy goes over. And he's like, you're all right, right? I think right then and there, like, he has powers. How he survived that. And, like, I know this sounds weird and petty. How he picked up that baby and just walked away. You are not that strong. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
I don't know.
He survived without hardly a scratch.
I mean, I was left just wondering. I don't know because I thought I saw head trauma on the woman.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she was shot.
Right,
I don't know if that happened as a result of a crash. I don't know if they just crashed or if they were crashed.
Right. That's
no idea. And I mean, the baby survived too.
The baby did survive too.
So I don't know what the fuck. I have no idea. But it's intriguing enough that I'm not sure.
Right.
But we definitely, as the episode goes on, we get a little bit more of an idea of maybe what's going on.
Maybe. Because then, like, we see him again and we don't know it's him. And he's all like, do you think I could lift 200 pounds? And she was like, what did she say? I'm sure you could, or something like that.
Yeah, she's like, sure you could.
It's Louis Gossett Jr. who plays.
Oh, so yes.
The older. What
older
we suspect is the older
kid.
I
I don't think he had a name yet.
No, still not.
No, still no name.
Unnamed.
But it was so amazing the way they set up this world. Like, just even beyond that first scene. Then we get into it and we seeing, like, the cop who pulls over another guy. The cop is black with the mask, and the guy getting pulled over. One is listening to rap music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the Rorschach mask, and it's like
in the glove compartment.
And it feels like a interesting like role reversal, right? He says, "I'm just gonna reach over and grab it in the glove compartment," and I'm like, "Oh, this is like what they teach you as a black person to say when you get pulled over. Like, I'm gonna reach and grab my wallet, like, you know." And I was like, "Okay, what are you saying here?" So it was really interesting. And then when he has to go and he has to get permission to release the gun, the police officer, that was interesting. So I'm like, so many things just in these first two scenes are like running through my mind. Like, are we opposites now? Is it like black cops are killing white guys? Are they the oppressed? Is this like, what is going on?
And the fortunate answer to that is no.
Yeah.
It's not so white and black.
It's not. It really isn't.
It's not so black and white. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
It's not.
It's not, which is really good.
It's way more nuanced than that.
Yeah. And
I think that we're just scratching the surface in terms of what's flipped, what's topsy-turvied, what's inverted in this let's just call it a parallel world, because it's not quite our Earth.
Right.
Because in this world...
it also rains squids.
Yeah, rains squids, occasionally. Robert Redford is the president.
For how... What did they say?
20 years.
20 years.
Right.
Is that a presidency? Is that...
Well, like it's writing on the Nixon 3 terms, which is what
but that's more than 3
Watchmen.
Terms.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The original.
Right.
Yeah.
The original Watchmen, Nixon, your boy.
This is 5 terms.
Yeah. The Watchmen has this world of like low tech, high tech, which is interesting. You see a lot of that where, they have like, what do you call it? Really fancy interrogation methods.
Oh, man.
Which that was my favorite scene, that interrogation in what they call the pot.
Was he watching his like pupils?
He was watching everything.
That's exactly what he was doing. He was watching his body language and his responses to certain imagery that, he was looking for tells, basically.
But so like...
to see if he was, colluding with the white supremacists.
Right.
We're categorizing them as white supremacists because of the way they've been acting.
Yeah, they say it a couple times.
Right.
But I think there's more to it.
But you're right. I was going to say, we don't know if that is their only point of agenda. Like, is it just white supremacy or is it even more
some other
sinister than that?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that why his mask is like, why do you think it's a mirror? Why is it reflective? What do you think that's about?
It's the next level of a Rorschach. A Rorschach is you seeing something in something else. This is somebody seeing something in you while you're looking at something else.
Right.
It's just another layer of protection. No one knows what he's looking at.
That's one way.
They don't know what he's analyzing.
Yeah.
And then the name is Looking Glass.
Right.
His code name is Looking Glass, and it's just kind of indicative of what he's doing. He's like a one-way mirror.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I like this character. I mean, he also seemed very unassuming. The first time we see him, Don Johnson's character Judd,
right,
who was like he's the sheriff, he's the head of the police department there.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's trying to fix his tie, and he asks Looking Glass to put his mask down so he can use it as a mirror.
Yeah.
And so he's very unassuming, and immediately he's taking the subservient, low key role, but high key he is super observant.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting contrast to his character where he ain't saying much, but he's seeing it all. And I like that about him. He's immediately the most interesting character to me off that.
Right.
Doesn't mean he was my favorite, but I think he was the most interesting.
Yeah. I don't want to jump the gun, but can we talk about Regina King?
It's not jumping the gun. She is the gun.
She's everything. And at first you don't think like, oh, this is going to really be about her. It's following her. Like, I feel like she's, of course we'll see more as it goes on, but like, I feel like she's the main character here. Like, she's our detective and you're following this detective through whatever is going on in this new alternate world. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And things happen to her. Right. So the guy who's the chief, Judd, he gets murdered. Yeah. But let's say he might not have had the best intentions anyways.
The judge.
Which I think he was going to kill that guy who survived the shooting, the cop.
We don't even
That's
know.
what I feel like he was
Judd's dead.
Do we even know if it was the guy in the wheelchair that laid the spikes down? We don't really know.
Don't know.
We don't get that insight.
Yeah, we have no idea exactly what the fuck happened.
At its core, Watchmen was always a whodunit, and we're right back at square one.
Right. I think he has powers though. One, he's like 109. They show in like
105.
105.
105.
He asked if he could do the 200 pounds. I think he did it all. I don't even think he needs that wheelchair. No, he might need it, but
oh no,
We don't know.
But anyways, back to Regina King though.
Yes.
Powerhouse as an actress. So I had to look it up because I was like, isn't she like way older than Yaya? Which they had like the best sex scene ever. I was like, this is phenomenal.
The best sexy. I don't think she would agree. She didn't get to finish.
She didn't. You're right. That's true. It's not the best.
There you go.
But you were like, I feel like we saw it at Comic-Con, like full thing. I think everybody was just quiet, like.
You could hear a pin. It's like 300 people.
Everyone's
You could
like,
hear a pin drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that, but then just the scene after that when she goes, gets the shotgun over her head from the bed, gives him a gun, is like, anyone comes, like, shoot them, and he's like, cool.
I forgot what that's called. I forgot what that little compartment thing is called in a bed.
I've never known. I would love to know.
I used to have one, not like a secret compartment.
Oh, I was like, God damn.
You know, I had a little thing behind, like, the thing. I could put stuff inside my, like,
your headboard?
Headboard. But it wasn't secret. It was, like, shelving. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one.
This one was
you
a
have
secret.
These built into your bedroom.
Where were you born?
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
Not Philly.
Not Vietnam.
Philly steps versus Joker steps. Let's talk about it. No.
Oh, that's later.
No. So yeah.
That dynamic was
there's mystery
beautiful.
there. There's mystery about this whole Rorschach group. You know, first of all, how and why is the message of Rorschach so twisted into it's become a manifesto now.
I feel like he became a martyr because they're going off the book, right?
Right.
He gets killed.
Causes that were not his intention.
Actually,
yeah, but then again, it would be seen like that.
Essentially, his views were extremely Catholic conservative. Like he had super Catholic leanings and super conservative upbringing because he had to deal with his mom being a prostitute. So he had a view that could be adopted if by anyone.
Yeah. And
then he drops off his book at what would essentially be, if you modernized it, Breitbart's private server.
You sure?
Yeah, the new I can't remember the name of the magazine I used to read, but it was a right-wing magazine. That was the whole point.
But
in the world of Watchmen, right wing doesn't mean what it means.
Doesn't mean
here.
the same thing.
And I think the main thing, it did.
It super did. That was the whole point behind Nixon being in charge for that.
Okay, wait, I'm wrong. What I mean is that they were posting conspiracy theories all the time. The place that he sent it to, but they also were the only ones.
New Frontiers.
Right. But they were also the only ones actually trying to dig. So it wasn't so much National Enquirer type crazy shit.
Oh yes, that was the whole point. They give you the idea that they're like an Enquirer type, quasi innocent,
giving more information.
But what they were looking for and the reaches they were jumping, the conclusions they were jumping to were always kind of like Lando Calrissian is an American Call City.
About it in this
affirmative
way,
action.
Well, if you think about it in this way, so like Rorschach was the one who didn't believe that people should be duped into doing the right thing.
Right.
So it was like
and he was
compromising for don't compromise for anything. This isn't the way it should be. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he's Party.
So like exactly, you could take that and say he's right. Don't dupe me. We deserve XYZ, and you can take that. It's the same way people were taking Black Panther and being like, oh yeah, anti-immigrant. That's what this is. We shouldn't let them in. We shouldn't give them our resources.
So
and you're like, what?
So basically, it's like they hinged, they latched onto rather his anti-government sentiments, and instead of listening to the context of the entire story,
exactly,
they just used that as the excuse to promote their already biased bigotry, those views.
That's why they're so easily able to twist his opening monologue.
Yeah, right.
Into something that served them.
Right. That really sucks. I mean, for most...
it does, because I love Rorschach.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people liked Rorschach, and his death was heroic.
It was amazing.
Arguably one of the most heroic deaths in comic books.
Right, because he just wanted to get the truth out of there to expose Adrian Veitz's lies.
He went out like a boss.
Right. Well, he went up like a Rorschach.
Like a Rorschach.
That's what he did. So
I know.
Yeah, he got Dr. Manhattan.
He did.
Booger flicked. Anyway, he that happens to him, and it's really sad that that's what's getting that his image now is being used in that way. That's total antithesis of what he would have wanted, but interesting.
Sounds like Alan Moore.
Ooh.
Okay.
So let's see, anything else? The music, great. And let's talk a little bit about Don Johnson, his performance.
Oh my God, he was phenomenal. My favorite part is when like they go to try to stop. This is why I think like he obviously was not on whatever side he was on, we might not have known what it really was. Because when they're in the Archie, which I thought was Archie, but might be another replica of it or whatever, and they're trying to take down the plane, they don't want the plane to explode because they want to be able to ask questions. They need answers. Right. And he pushes the thing so it literally explodes the plane, and they're like going down. So you're like, what was that about?
Right. You're not sure if he just wanted to make sure bad guys didn't get away.
Right.
Or if he wanted to make sure it was destroyed.
Right, no survivors.
Right.
So then when she comes running, right, Regina King, and then they come out, like both of them come out, and he's like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Yo, I died.
That was pretty badass.
I died. And that's when I was like, well, maybe I do like him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the good guy. Maybe he is.
No, if he's this series Ozymandias, even though there is on Ozymandias, or we presume there is, in that he's the bad guy that you loved.
Yeah.
Because Ozymandias had a bunch of badass scenes.
He did.
France fucking loves Ozymandias.
I really do.
He does.
He really does.
I mean, like, really? No.
Yeah.
That's his new rap name.
Ozzy. That's like his Janina Aiko.
Her name is Janae.
You're right. You're right. I just want to see how mad you got.
He's taking it cool, calm, and collected.
What? Accent over the next.
Who is this? Okay, anyway.
But yeah. The thing I liked about Don Johnson's character was it was the perfect juxtaposition to Regina King's character. Both of their performances echo each other. He's the guy that you're supposed to hate and you love him.
Right.
And Regina King's character has all these flaws about her, but she's the hero.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that. They also hugged for a very long time at that dinner table.
Yeah, they have some type of history, I feel like.
They got that history.
And like, he has an amazing singing voice.
He does.
Who would have knew?
That was the whole thing too. Like the Black Oklahoma, I was like, this is happening.
Yeah, that was jarring.
I was like, they took it there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of little nuances. You know, the flag with a bunch of stars on it. And
I didn't even notice
patterns. There's a bunch of things going on.
Vietnam is actually a state.
Mm-hmm, and that's where Regina King's character. We got to get her name. What's her fucking name? Because
I only know her sister name, Angela. Yeah,
there you go. Okay.
Angela Abar.
So Angela, like she's from Vietnam. DK. That's part of her backstory. Who knows if it's legit or not? But
yeah.
She even owns a bakery, or that's the front.
Yeah.
You know, another thing that's interesting.
The Redfordations.
Right. The other thing that's interesting about this whole world that they're building, where now the cops, for their own protection, are wearing masks.
Yeah.
And disguises.
Right.
Don Johnson never wore one.
He never wore one. Everyone knows who he is. But then he also had like the most detailed protection.
But this is the thing though. Isn't it super dangerous? Okay, you're the one cop not wearing a mask.
Right. And you're the chief of all the cops.
Right. And you're having dinner at this family's house. If someone is
put
tailing
one
you,
and one together.
Math is a thing. So I don't know. That was, I don't know who would move like that. Somebody that's that confident.
Yeah,
or
that's
somebody
what
that
I
knows
feel like
that's safe. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a little bit of both because, they zeroed in on this picture that was in his, like, boudoir or whatever, his, like, closet.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was the son of another sheriff or something. And, sorry, did you want to say?
Oh, no, I was just saying yes.
Yeah. And so it looked like, oh, wait, what line does he come from here? And what is he actually trying to do? Like, is he actually the one who's bringing back the Rorschach? What were they called? I forget the name of their...
The 7th Cavalry.
The 7th Cavalry. Like, is he in charge of all of them? And when that cop got shot and was woken up, he's like, I'm going to go see him. It's the middle of the night. Why are you going to go see him immediately? Why are you the first one that has to go see this cop that just woke up?
I mean, one way to read it is he cares that much. Another way to read it is that he cares that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But a lot of nuance, a lot of mystery. Definitely left at the edge of my seat. Want more. And
sure.
Sunday we will get that.
We will.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about Joker steps?
Star Wars trailer or Joker steps?
Star Wars trailer, Joker steps.
I ain't got much to say about the Star Wars trailer. I'll keep
all right. Let's do Joker steps.
100%.
Joker steps. So, if anyone saw Joker, I guess Spoilae.
It's gone meme enough.
That's true. It's everywhere.
It's in the trailer.
It's viral.
And it's in the Bronx.
The steps he dances on are in the Bronx.
Located at?
Locate which ones? Because there's actually several steps like this in the Bronx, but
Well,
these
I think
ones
those
are like
the 167th Street.
yeah, 167. I feel like those are the biggest ones. Like they're so steep. It's like so many.
And they
it's like a mountain.
have a lot of hood history. You know, a lot of things have happened.
Yes.
On those steps.
And like remember that I didn't grow up in the Bronx, and I know these steps.
And I think you know enough that those steps are not a fucking tourist attraction.
No, you don't go there like,
But that's what's happening. People going there in full fucking Joker costume.
Regalia.
yeah.
Yep.
I didn't think it was actually gonna happen,
They got lighting
so
kits
I'm real
out there.
weirded out.
I mean, that's all. It seems that shit is in vogue right now. Oh, let me go to so and so scary place. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Part
funny.
of me wants to push people, but you know, I'm not
Oh
gonna
nah. If I go
inflict
there, I see
pain
somebody
on-
doing something. I'm gonna have choice words.
They're
Thing
like
is-
dancing.
The thing is that, you know, it's cute.
Is it?
Eh.
No one's profiting on it right now.
True.
It's
Let's
true.
just hope.
It's not benefiting.
I'm actually.
They're
I'm sure
bypass.
there's
This is the thing. This is the issue that a lot of people have. You got folks coming in, bypassing the poverty, and just going straight to the steps,
Just steps.
without any of the context from the film.
Yeah.
Just, oh, he was here.
He
I'm
was
gonna
here,
be
he
here.
stood here.
But who would have known that what this movie did inspire people to do
Yeah.
was go take some
Go
selfies on
take
some steps?
selfies in the Bronx.
Who thought that?
Someone
the
wrote
results.
an article. They were like, those steps in Joker, they're real steps in New York. You can visit them. So there's like articles out there being like, go check it out. Don't
Yeah, I
check it
might
out.
sock somebody. Be like, real talk.
Well,
That shit is wild. Extra. It's poverty porn.
you know who socked somebody? Rocky. And
I was
those
like,
Philly
did you-
steps.
Oh,
there all the
Oh, you mean the Shazam steps?
the Shazam.
Oh.
Dang.
Yo, he almost killed
Forget
a bus.
you, Sylvester
Deadass.
He almost
Stallone.
killed a bus. All right,
He
This is
did.
the
On
Rocky
accident.
steps.
Oh, you mean the Drago steps?
Oh, snap.
Ivan Drago was looking real majestic.
If you want to go, those are the
Atop the
Creed
steps.
steps. Then you got to keep it
Oh, they limped up them steps.
Okay, I like that.
limped.
I like what you did there, Aisha. All right, wait. You know, you got the Philly steps, you got the Bronx steps. What's the difference between taking pictures of one or the other? Come on.
The other one has a fictional statue of Rocky.
No,
And
that's
sits-
a real statue.
No,
But I
it's
mean,
real
it's a
statue.
fictional character.
But
There is no statue.
He is the Philly avatar.
There is no statue of the Joker in his weird pelvis thrust on those steps.
Yet.
That's what caught you, the pelvis thrust?
That's all I could think of. I was like, what's he
Yet.
doing?
That was his Zazzy beat.
Uh,
I know.
Give me a
no,
beat.
but it works.
When he was alone, he Zazzy baited.
I see what you did
I
there.
don't care if you're mad. I love her.
No, I love her.
Oh,
She's great. I think she would think it was funny. I don't know her.
just ask her. Hit her up in the DMs.
I know people who know her though. Legit, like 1 degree
I
separation.
know AOC says something about the steps. I didn't get to see what she said.
Did she say something?
She did. She definitely tweeted
Yes.
about it. But you know, in the midst of the whole hearings going on, I think
Yeah.
that it got drowned out.
Deezus and Mero did a whole thing on it. I didn't
They
watch
did
the
a
video.
whole thing on it.
It was
yeah.
like a 6-minute video. He's like, you remember these steps? You would take a different bus so you wouldn't have to go up those steps.
Dead ass.
It's true. But you know, who knows? Maybe this would be the gateway for people to love the Bronx and
I think
look
it's
deeper into.
Fuck that. Hip hop.
Nah,
Hold
they're
that.
gonna go see the steps. They're gonna go to the zoo, and then they're gonna go to 42nd Street.
And they go home.
I'd
Exactly.
be cool with a plaque. If they put, like at the bottom of the steps, you put like a Joker plaque. That'd be cool, just to signify that
It's
they.
not
Do I want a
statue.
Joker plaque?
Yes, it just says the word Joker.
Can it just
I
be
have
a
it right
bat,
here.
like Batman? Like you think he's coming back, and it's just a little Batman
I
symbol?
don't know if I want a Joker plaque like commemorating the Joker.
Well, I'd rather have people sit like go in front of the plaque and be like, as opposed to being on the fucking stairs, being fucking idiots. It's mad annoying.
Oh wow! I don't.
I
Think
don't go to Skokie, Illinois, and limp around like Verbal Kent, do I? No.
Wow.
Spoilae. The spoiler. Oh, you know what? It's Spacey. Fuck him. He hasn't been cleared yet.
Bars.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah. Unless he
right.
has. In that case,
I don't
Good.
think so.
fuck.
It was a
Frank.
lot of years of situations.
Yeah.
All right, so
Star Wars
trailer.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
Yeah, you know, to bring us on home. So I just want to get this straight.
We've seen the trailer, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
But this is the last Star Wars movie.
No.
No, this is the last in the
last in the trilogy
in the 9
like
stories.
we're not gonna have Rey coming back.
No, you could. It just wouldn't. These are the last 9 stories that George Lucas
Aisha,
came up with.
I don't
Lord in
know.
heaven.
I don't know.
Benioff and Weiss are about to pick this up.
It says the last of the saga.
Yes.
But how many of the lasts do you need?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'll be like last or like joking last. Like James Gunn isn't coming back.
No, there's no more
But
Luke.
he
There's no
is
more
coming
Luke.
back.
There's no more Luke Skywalker.
But
Darth
it said
Vader.
Rise of
Listen,
Skywalker.
goddammit. There's no more. This in the late 60s, early 70s, George Lucas came up with 9 stories. This is it. This is the last of those stories.
And in 30 years, we're gonna be like,
No,
I
no, no.
remember
Not
the first
really.
trilogy.
In a year and a half, there's probably gonna be another new
the
one.
last 3, these 3 weren't his vision.
Yeah, no, yes, they
No,
were.
I thought they were
weren't.
in the books.
You no.
He did not.
No.
I'm not putting Last Jedi on him.
No, this is no. All of these were. He came to 9 stories. They have been back. The last 3 will probably have been Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker will have been bastardized after all the retconning of the extended universe, which some of which had to go through George Lucas's okaying to even exist.
I believe
So
he okayed
now shit
those
is all
things.
like
I
even the
believe that.
names.
I'm gonna say it again.
Like Mary J doesn't exist. Like that's a thing.
I'm not putting.
Stop.
Listen,
I-
George
no, no, no.
Lucas is
You're
not
on your
the
Facebook
GOAT
right now. There's
because
misinformation.
he
All right.
ruined his own movies when he re-released them.
51% of Star Wars fans need to hear me say this.
Wow.
I am not going. Of all the things you can put on and dump on Skywalker Ranch, I am not putting The Last Jedi
But he
You're doing
made
the most.
on George.
it doesn't
Lucas.
matter. Last Jedi is the first 3 that came out.
No,
so that
it's-
is him.
No, it's the,
They just
No,
repeated
no,
the
no,
entire
no.
series
no,
again.
No. The Last Jedi was the last Star Wars movie with Mark Hamill's
That's
beloved
what
character
I'm saying.
being.
Snoke got killed, and then Palpatine got killed. It was the same exact story,
Oh, I
like
see what you're
cut
saying.
and paste.
I see what you're saying, but it was worse.
It was worse. It's worse to us because we're experiencing it now.
I think it was
Our
worse.
parents
it
were
was
probably
worse.
like, "That shit was whack."
It was worse.
Okay, so in the trailer, I have no idea what was going on.
It was very masturbatory and nostalgic.
I don't know what this movie is about.
I mean,
don't know what to expect.
I don't know if it knows what it's about.
the highlight of the trailer was when you see Lando in the background surrounded by people kind of telling a story, it looks like,
Okay.
or taking all their money. I don't know. And then
Just playing Sabak.
C-3PO with this
Right.
whole "I'm saying bye to my friends" moment,
I was like, "What do you mean?"
which is pulling on the only heartstrings that really fucking matter when it comes to Star Wars: nostalgia.
So are they killing him?
I don't
He's
know.
probably gonna join. Like he's probably gonna become one with the Millennium Falcon.
What?
What? He's gonna
But
Jarvis
then
into
R2 was like, beep, beep,
Well, there's
boop,
already
boop.
somebody in there, so it doesn't make sense.
That didn't make sense to me. I was like saying goodbye to my friends. Am I supposed to feel something right now?
Maybe he just gives up his eyes.
Are you shutting him down?
I don't know. I don't know.
You have
And then
no
why?
clue. It
We do
doesn't
know the
make sense.
runtime. This is the longest Star Wars movie
Oh no!
out of all the other ones.
Damn.
Jeez, is it
Yeah.
like 3.5
No,
hours?
it's like 2 hours and 35 minutes. Or
When we
2
see
hours.
it, can we count how many wipes?
Ooh.
Wow.
Drink every time a wipe happens.
You gonna die.
Whoa.
You gonna die.
Damn, not even. I would.
Let's do it. You
Shit.
take a shot every time.
All right, we gotta sneak drinks in.
All right, but if I do that, I'm taking stormtrooper shots. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna miss some of those.
Jeez. Right past your head.
Move along.
Kind of back. Hey.
Oh.
And then after the 5th one, hey. Keep them coming.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I not like all the Star Wars. I'm gonna say, Hayden Christensen. That's a whole nother thing. I enjoy these stories. I think
Rank all 10 right now. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
they like
11.
take me to interesting places. But this is the one where, as more trailers have come out, I've gotten more confused.
Yes.
And I don't really
I think
know
they might
like what do I don't know what to do with this.
I feel like they're going the Marvel Studios route at this point in the game. Like they could only say but so much without infuriating people. So now they're gonna have to outright lie to us a couple of times just to
Maybe that's what it is. Because there'll be like one image where I'm like, oh my god, she's teaming up with Kylo Ren. The next image I'm like, they hate each other.
And then she got a fucking red lightsaber. You're like, what is happening?
And then they're like very clearly Palpatine is back, like real.
He's
clearly.
like in a hover thing or something. I don't know.
Like
listen, if this movie. If this movie's as divisive as the last one, not Solo, but the other one.
Yeah, no, I like Solo. It was fun.
Then, I'll tell you right now, you're hearing it first. They're just going to add Star Wars to Feige's wall.
Oh!
And be like, look.
Yo.
You do it.
And be like, look.
Because this is JJ, right? It's JJ Abrams, right?
Yeah.
Is it? This one is JJ? Oh, yeah. Because
he's been at the helm the whole time. He's just been giving the con away to other people.
He's not director, though. He's...
Ryan Johnson, the guy that directed the second one?
Yes. And
the second in this trilogy.
The second in this trilogy, The Last Jedi, and I think they took the rest of them away from him and gave them to Weiss and Benioff.
Yes, they did. He directed Knives Out.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Ryan Johnson. That's that movie we're not going to have time to talk about right now. But
another time.
Yeah, another time. Anyway, I mean, I'm going to go see the Star Wars movie. My expectations are very low, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, real quickly, I want to talk about Bojack Horseman coming out soon.
Oh, last
trailer. So, this is the final season of Bojack Horseman.
It's coming out in 2 parts.
2 parts.
Netflix is doing this shit, and I don't know how I feel
really
about
understand why. Is it supposed to drive more viewers?
Yeah, they want you to come back and not just binge it all.
Well, they're looking at demographics.
Okay. How does that make it easier?
Well, Bojack is something you don't watch Bojack in the summer. You watch it in the winter. It's already sad and depressing.
I thought it was a summer show.
Here's the thing.
It started out as a summer show.
Here's the thing, folks. Your boy watched it in the summer.
I was gonna say, I remember watching it in the summer.
I did.
So answer your question.
I binged all
so
first of the 4 seasons in the fucking summer.
Maybe they think that like if you do one part, like they're gonna come back now. If you do it in 2 parts, they're not gonna just go to Hulu.
Like with Rhythm and Flow, with that the rap.
Was it 4 episodes at a time? Or
3,
something?
I think it was 3.
All I'm saying is
every week.
How you give me 3 episodes at a time of Rhythm and Flow and 1 at a time of British Baking Show.
I don't know.
Why would you make me wait for that?
Like Fran said, I think they're just trying out some new things to see. They want people. They're known for the binge. They're known for the binge, but long term, I don't think the binge is sustainable.
I mean, that's true.
And so I think they want you to come back. I guess I'll take things being released in parts over commercials.
Yes.
But I mean, we'll see.
I would take parts over 1 at a time.
We know that Disney Plus is not going to be releasing things all out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's series that are coming out are not going to be
not all at once.
6 episodes at once. No, it's going to be like weekly or maybe half the seat like that. So that might be the
recreating TV online.
Not quite, but
it's weekly.
Nah, weekly. That's whack. Not on my on demand shit. Fuck out of here.
Right.
But in chunks, maybe.
Okay,
that might be the way to go.
Well, anyways, the episode or the season looks. Bojack finally goes to rehab.
Spoilae if you haven't seen season 5.
Yeah.
He drinks
in the first 10 minutes.
He just lives. Calm down, everyone.
And then Diane she's not doing too hot still.
Whack ass haircut.
Yeah, she got to get that wrestling career back online.
She's gotta figure it out.
No, that's same actress, wrong Netflixer.
I don't know. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Really?
I feel like Bojack always like pushes the envelope in the best way, shape, and form. So.
And the envelope usually has a very depressing "this one about to do" letter in it.
Haha, because he's writing a letter.
That's right.
That's what he's doing.
That's true. In the trailer.
Whatever.
We're fans of Bojack. We love him.
We do.
Sad to see it go.
I might wait till part 1 and 2 is available. I will see. Maybe it'll be just like I can't wait and I need to watch it. But
I promise.
Or
I
if
won't,
we need to talk.
I won't spoil it if I watch the first part and you don't.
But I guess we would need to if we want our fans to hear what we think. All right. Well, check us next time when we're gonna talk about. Probably. What's coming out? What are we doing?
Maleficent.
Hey.
Is
that what we're doing?
It exists.
Terminator.
Terminator, right?
I'm just saying.
They're never gonna stop those movies.
Zombieland.
Zombieland 2.
Right, Zombieland. And then maybe more Watchmen.
Maybe
that Paul Rudd thing.
The Paul Rudd thing.
Y'all
with
know what I'm
yourself.
talking about. What is it?
Living with yourself.
Living with yourself. Living with Red Self. Okay. So next episode, season 3, episode 20. Check it out.